Hi, I'm Amanda Fagan, and today I'm going to tell you how to YouTube. So if you can go to the next slide, I have a little bit about myself before we get started. So about me, like I said, my name's Amanda. I'm an alumna of Foothills Christian High. I went here for my senior year. I'm class of 2022. I am currently in college studying theater. My concentration is in acting and directing for the stage and for the screen. And I'm also an English minor. Here you go. I'm also an English minor studying creative writing because one of the things I want to do one day is be a playwright and screenwriter. And I also do music. I'm not studying music in college, but I do it in my free time. That's what my YouTube channel is about, music. And I also play live performances around Southern California. And yeah, about my YouTube channel, I'm going to tell you how I got from this to this, how over the course of quarantine, I learned a lot about YouTube and I learned a lot of helpful tips that helped me grow my YouTube channel, and I'd love to share them all with you today.
So, in case you can't see in the back, it was in the beginning 141 subscribers. Now it's 38,000 subscribers. Taking notes, Mr. Hilliker? Mr. Hilliker here, he's got a YouTube channel too. How many subscribers you got? 83, so he's on his way.
Yeah, so you got Daniel time. I saw you at the variety ceremony.
Variety show.
That was good. All right, you can go to the next slide. So first I'm going to talk about my humble beginnings because I had several YouTube channels before I did music. When I was a little kid, I made videos of my littlest pet shops. My biggest video was like 1,200, and that was really, really cool to me back then. I also had a vlog channel in my freshman and sophomore year of high school where videos would get like 10 to 40 views tops, but I was having fun. It wasn't until quarantine when I got more into the YouTube scene and learned how to grow my channel. So that leads us to the next slide. Lesson 1, don't be afraid or embarrassed to put yourself out there. When I was a kid, I remember deleting YouTube channels where I made videos of my toys because I was embarrassed when my friends at school found out about it, and I didn't want to seem uncool or cringe. But honestly, sometimes being cringe is what gets you in the spotlight and what gets you noticed by people. So if you're really passionate about something like making skits, making vlogs, animation, anything, don't be afraid to make that, and don't let other people put you down because you never know what you're going to find when you put yourself out there. During quarantine, I love Marvel so much, and I decided, since I loved music and I loved Marvel, why not make a Marvel musical? So for a few weeks, I wrote 23 songs, and then I made videos every week where I would upload singing as the characters, somewhat dressed up, and they got a couple views at first, but going to the next slide. One day, after a month or two of doing it, Mark Ruffalo found one of my videos and he tweeted about it on Twitter. And within the first 6 hours, my video got over 50,000 views because of his retweet. And I started getting a lot of followers and likes on Instagram. And a few months after that, I was found by a producer from New York City who produces shows that have been at Carnegie Hall, the West End, has some that are hoping to go to Broadway, and he signed a contract with me to help me produce my musical. So that's been in the works ever since. And that would have never happened if I wouldn't have just put those silly videos of me out there dressed up as Tony Stark and Black Widow singing my songs. But people thought it was cool. And even if some people think what you enjoy is cringe or nerdy, there's a lot of people out there that probably enjoy the same things as you do. So might as well put yourself out there because you never know what's going to happen. So lesson 2, use what you have now and upgrade later. When I first started my music channel, I would just sit on my bed with my acoustic guitar and play some songs that I wrote. Nothing too fancy, just filming with my iPhone 8. But eventually I learned how to use GarageBand, which is a free tool, and I knew how to use iMovie to edit videos, which is also a free tool if you have an Apple device. And once I got some money from my YouTube and from other jobs, I put it into my music and my videos, and I now have Logic Pro, which is an advanced version of GarageBand, and I also use Final Cut Pro. I know another great video editing software is Adobe Premiere Pro, which is actually the industry standard. The reason I use Final Cut is because it's a one-time payment and Adobe is monthly, but they're both really great video editors. But don't be discouraged that you don't have all the fancy bells and whistles when you're making a video. Just use what you have and worry about upgrading it later, because You just need to get stuff out there. That's what really matters. And then here are some upgrades where in the future, these are some things that I found very helpful in making videos. Artlist.io is a website with a bunch of copyright-free music. You pay once a year and you get lots of music for free. Canva is probably one of the things I would like to recommend to you the most. I use it to make this presentation. I also use it to make YouTube thumbnails, flyers, the paper I handed out at the beginning. It's a super helpful tool and it's pretty much free. There's a pro version, but you can do a lot on the free version as well. Also, like Mr. Wasserman has here, these little mics are very helpful for videos. A gimbal, they're a little bit more pricey, and I just got one this year, but they're very helpful for filming, and there's some that will track your shot and do really cool camera angles for you, which is super awesome. And something I learned in one of my college film classes is making a shot list where you plan out kind of shots you want to do. If you want to do a more cinematic video and you talk about the description for each shot, what kind of angle you're thinking of. It doesn't have to be super complex like this, but just having a little list of things can be really helpful for planning your video out.
I didn't put her up to saying this. I didn't put her on in this because we talk about storyboarding,
Yeah.
which is the shot list, also camera angles. So it's cool to hear you talk about this stuff and know that, you know, the techniques and fundamentals I learned in school still apply today to those professional.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to talk about the viral video. So after my musical videos somewhat blew up on Twitter, I had only about 150 subscribers after that. I had about 20 before. But this viral video is what got me 12,000 subscribers within a month of me releasing it. And after that, I was able to build my community off of it and get more views on my videos afterwards. I was a junior in high school and I liked this Twitch series. There's a bunch of storylines and I love musicals. So I thought, I like to write songs about characters. I wrote songs about Marvel characters. Why not write a song about this character? So I put it out there, and the first week it had like 20 views, and I thought, oh, well, at least I got to record my song. It was fun. And then I remember after school, I got into the car a week later and my video had 500 views. I took a screenshot of it and all these likes. I thought it was insane. It was my most viewed video on my channel. And within a few weeks, it just kept going up and up and up. And today it's at 1.7 million views. And this is one of 5 videos on my YouTube channel with over 1 million views. And this song has almost 10 million streams across different music platforms. And it was a really crazy experience, but this is what boosted me and started my YouTube journey and got me more of a following. And the one thing that's very important is once you have a viral video, you have to know the next steps to take to kind of take advantage of the audience you now have and put more content out there that they're going to enjoy, but also that you enjoy. And I'll talk more about that in the following slides. So lesson 3, word of mouth. This is one of the things that really helped with my viral video is some people started sharing it. And some of these were some screenshots I found on my phone from the day that I saw all these people posting this. And some of these people were my friends in real life, and some I had never met before. They're just people online that found my song and decided to repost it on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. And it's really important to have people re-sharing your songs and your videos, because even if they're your friends and your friend has maybe like 30 followers on Instagram, that's 30 people that are going to see your video that maybe 1 or 2 of them might be interested in it, maybe more. Every share really counts, and every share just brings more people to your page. So word of mouth is extremely important when it comes to getting your video more views. It's okay. All right, so the next lesson is make connections. You can go to the next slide. You want to make connections, but also make friends. And this is another thing that really helped me in growing my YouTube channel. When my first video came out, the person on the top left, Precious Jewel Amore, I call her PJ because we're friends now, but she had a lot more subscribers than me at the time. She liked my video that I put out, my song, and she said she wanted to help smaller creators meet each other and make connections and use each other to help each other with videos. So she made a Discord server, and there's about 12 of us on there. This guy here, Crow, he has almost 70,000 subscribers now, but he had about a couple hundred at the time. We were all on the server together, and we just got to know each other, and we made connections, and we also became friends over quarantine. We would help each other with music. Some of us were better at songwriting, some of us were better at script writing or producing, music production, video editing. So we would all just help each other with different things, teach each other different tips. And I learned a lot from these people, especially because some of them studied music or video and film in college. So it was really cool to learn from them, especially because I was still in high school at the time. And I also use my friends for other things as well. I have some friends that help make art for my videos because I like to draw, but I wouldn't say I'm a professional artist. I'm not that great at digital art. And so a few online friends and friends that I know in real life are artists. And so I would ask them if I could commission them to make art for my videos. Sometimes they give me discounts because of it. Sometimes they'd say, oh, I'll give you art if you help me with my videos. So there's different ways you can work with people you know. The art up top here is all by friends I know in real life. I don't know if anyone knows Jake Lee, but his sister was an alumna from Foothills Christian High, and she makes art for a lot of my videos, and she's a good friend of mine. Sometimes I've had people cancel on me last minute, and I text her. I'm like, hey, someone canceled on me last minute. Can you help me with this? I know I only about a week till I have to put this video out, and she always comes in clutch. So it's important to make friends and also make connections because that can really help you in your video creation.
That's Amberly, right?
Caitlin.
Caitlin Lee. That's
Yeah.
right, yep. And Caitlin Lee, she's always here with Jacob. They come to a lot of the drama shows.
Yeah.
They're really active and involved.
So lesson 5 is utilize social media. I know a lot of people out there really hate social media. Your parents are like, no, get off social media, it's bad. And there are some bad things on social media, and it can be addicting at times, but it's very important to utilize these platforms so that people know where to find you. When I started college, our professors in the theater and film industry told all of their students, you really have to make an account because you want people to find you out there. YouTubers, you want producers, directors, all these people in the industry or in the YouTube scene, they're going to be looking for people. So you want to have a profile out there, and you want to have it on as many platforms as you can possible. So these are all the platforms that I'm on: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, and I have a website. A website is very important. Some people that I've worked with that are in the entertainment industry highly recommend making a website to promote yourself if you want to do something more along the lines of film or music or acting, because it helps. That's something that industry people look for. But if you're more interested in the YouTube scene, then YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, that's very important. Because maybe someone that's following you is more active on TikTok and they don't really have notifications turned on YouTube, and they're scrolling on TikTok and they see you upload a video and that you just posted, and that's what draws them to your page. Or maybe someone's more of a Twitter user and they don't really have YouTube on their phone, but they see you post about it on Twitter that you uploaded, and then that's going to lead them to your page. So it's good to maximize what social media you're on so more people can see when you're posting, and then your dedicated followers will know every time you upload. And also, having a lot of social media gives you the chance to make mutuals where you can meet other people that are also interested in the same video content as you. You can learn from them, you can collaborate with them. It helps promoting your videos. And also, if you want to build a community and make a Discord server, I know some people like to do that where they have a little fan base and they want to cultivate that little fan base. So they make a Discord server so people can talk on there, and you can make a bot so that they're notified every time you upload your videos. That's what I have for my channel. So lesson 6, learn from bigger creators. These are a few creators that really helped me understand the YouTube algorithm a bit more. During quarantine, I would love to listen to podcasts where YouTubers would talk about what they learned about the algorithm. Mr. Beast, I mean, he has so many subscribers and he's pretty much like the richest YouTuber in the world. And he's gone on several podcasts and talked about the algorithm, and he has a lot of interesting things to say. They're so fascinating. And also I have a picture of Tommy in it on here, who he gained 7 million subscribers in 1 year. And I listened to him talk about the key to making key thumbnails, and he learned a lot of what he did from Mr. Beast because he's mastered the YouTube algorithm. Also, some friends I made, Crow and Drivacat, they also gave me some tips on keywords and how to make your videos good production-wise. I'm going to talk about these things in the following slides. So the thumbnail formula. So I heard about this from several YouTubers where there's a key formula that just gets you more views. And I took some thumbnails from my YouTube homepage that all match these views. there's always a face with clear emotion, and it can be up to you to put it on the left or the right, but you want the face to have a certain emotion because some reason that just draws people in. Have little to no text, and if you do have text, it should be bold and simple. You don't want a bunch of writing because it's just distracting, and on a phone screen your thumbnail will be minimized, so someone might not be able to read the writing if there's a lot of it and if it's thin. So you always want to do a simple bold font. As you can see, the reaction video: stuck, falling elevator, extinct. Pretty simple, but you get the idea what the video is about. Then symbols are another thing where some people prefer not to use words at all, like Mr. Beast. He typically just uses symbols like a big triangle, an arrow, anything you can fit in the triangle. Danny Gonzalez, he just has a circle with an X on it, but you get the idea from seeing the symbols what it means, and that's another thing that people opt to do. And also, you want the most interesting picture in your thumbnail located away from your timestamp, because on mobile devices, the timestamp is enlarged and it covers half of your YouTube thumbnail. So if you want people to click on your video, you want the most interesting thing to be visible on the left side. So as you can see, Mr. Beast put himself on the left side. Danny Gonzalez put himself up top. You have the reaction video on the left. You have the dinosaur skeleton on the left. That really helps people, and that way the timestamp doesn't block what your content is about. Next is keywords and hashtags. This is something I learned from my friend Crow, and I saw it talked about on a few YouTube podcasts, that in the description of your videos, if you put a bunch of keywords that are just vaguely related to your content, it helps search engines, and when people are looking for videos along the same content lines, that can bring them to your videos. So when I post songs, I'll put a bunch of different genres, maybe the genre that the video is, but also other music genres that I enjoy and that I have made music for. I'll put YouTubers in the description that I'm friends with or that make similar content to me. I'll put different shows that are similar to the content I make, anything that's vaguely related to it, because if someone's looking up something Marvel, maybe one of my videos about one of my Marvel songs will come up, or if someone's looking up something about video games, maybe one of my video game videos will pop up. So it's very important to utilize keywords. Also, hashtags are important. I know they're kind of a joke, it seems, to most people, but they are extremely helpful for people discovering your videos. I've had people interested in promoting my videos, and other really cool people in the industry find my videos through hashtags because they just looked up original songs. And since I put the hashtag original song on all my videos, that helps them find me. So just remember to utilize keywords and hashtags if you want to help people while they search for your videos. So lesson 7, shamelessly self-promote. I remember when I first started YouTube, I used to think it was super embarrassing to try to repost my videos or tell my friends to watch them, or I just thought I'll just post it and not say anything. But that hurts your videos if you just post it and don't do anything about it. You gotta help people realize that it's out there. So post about it on Instagram, post about it on Twitter, tell your friends to go check it out, say, hey, look what I made. On Discord, like I mentioned earlier, I made a bot, so every time I post a new video, it tells my Discord server. And also on TikTok, make a bunch of videos. I remember when I made a song inspired by WandaVision, I made a series of videos talking about the song, and it was this little series that got about 500 views per video. Some of them, the first one got about 1,000, but even though it's not 1,000,000 views, it still pointed about 500 to 1,000 people to my song, and that song did pretty well when it first came out. So utilize what you can, and don't be ashamed to promote, because it's going to help you in the long run. And what's the worst that can happen? Someone calls you cringe. That doesn't really matter. All that matters is that your video is getting seen. So. And obviously don't be weird and like spam people's comment sections with your video link, but lesson 8, enjoy the content you make. So up here I have a few videos that I did that didn't go viral, but I was really happy with the content. And it's important not to just put content out that is popular or trendy. That's fun to do, but also make sure you're enjoying the content that you're putting out, because what's the point of creating videos if you don't even like what you're making? You want to be enjoying what you're making, and sometimes videos you do won't do as well, but what matters is that you're having fun and that you're passionate about what you're creating. And so I did a video game stream with a video where I played GeoGuessr, and I did a Christmas concert because I love Christmas, and I covered a song by one of my favorite bands that isn't super popular, but it still got 16,000 views, and I was really happy with the video. And it doesn't matter how many views you get as long as you're enjoying it. And obviously you want some of your videos to do well, but don't lose sight of that passion you have and that fire you have for creating content. And lesson 9, don't be discouraged. So up here I have the video Back to the Days. That is the song I put out after my first viral video, Please Don't Make Me Choose. And in the first hour, it got 1,300 views, but it kind of reached a stalemate after that. And I remember being super bummed because my first video was nearing 1 million views. And the one right after it just didn't do as well. But I took it as an opportunity to learn. One thing that helps my videos is I premiere my videos. And so that way people see the notification 2 days in advance and they know when to check in when I'm uploading. And that really helped bring more people to my videos. I didn't premiere this video, so that was a learning experience. And don't be discouraged because, yeah, maybe the next video didn't do as good, but 2 videos after this one, I had another viral video that has about 1.5 million views on YouTube now and has millions of streams across platforms as well. So it's all about just learning from your mistakes. And some videos will do better than others, and that's just how it is. And also, one of my more recent songs, Strangers, it only has 2.6K views, but I'm really happy with the song, and I'm content with that. Honestly, some people would be bummed about it, but I had a friend that I remember when I first started doing more, I kind of changed my content a little bit, and so, of course, when you change your focus of content, you'll lose some viewers, but I had a friend who was a YouTuber that told me, like, that doesn't matter, you just got to do what you're passionate about, and if you feel like you want to change the view of your content and, like, what you're putting out, then do that because you don't want to be stuck doing something that you don't enjoy. And so I'm really happy that my newer songs are getting about 1,000 to almost 3,000 views per video, and at least I'm enjoying my content. And also another thing that a lot of YouTubers I know stress about is the 1 out of 10, which is this confetti thing where I don't know if you've heard of it, but whenever you upload a video, it tells you how well it ranks out of your past 10. And 1 out of 10 means this is the best video of your past 10. It's performing super well, and YouTube will give you confetti on your analytics screen. But a lot of times your newest video is not a 1 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10, or it's a 10 out of 10, meaning it was doing worse out of your past 10 videos. So don't stress about it. Some of your videos are going to be a 1 out of 10. Some are going to be lower. But numbers aren't everything. Numbers are important, but you shouldn't let them dictate your life. Just remember that you want to be passionate about your content. You want to enjoy what you're making. And you'll learn from your past mistakes and learn how to grow your audience more. So, any questions? Yeah. Well, I won't say the exact number, but I was able to pay for my first 2 years of college. And I also have been able to buy a lot of equipment for music and filming. And when I was in high school and my junior year, I wasn't super concerned about college at the time. I was able to buy some fun things. So I definitely make a decent amount of money off of it. Yes.
How many years?
I actually haven't experienced a lot, surprisingly. It depends on the video. I think there's one video I made that was a fundraiser for a YouTuber that passed away. And some people didn't like that YouTuber, so they were a little bit mean in the comments, but it wasn't a lot of them. But I haven't experienced too many haters. The worst I've gotten is like, oh, cringe, or oh, I'd like go away, or something random like that. Doesn't have that often, but usually I just think it's probably based on the profile picture and the spelling errors, it's probably just some kid who's deciding to hate on someone, so I don't take it personally. Yeah.
Oh, where do you go to college?
I go to Vanguard University in Costa Mesa. Yeah. But, any other questions? If not, I have something else. Could someone pass these out?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Coleman.
So this is, if anyone's interested, I have a band. Then this summer I'm playing a bunch of gigs around Southern California, mostly in San Diego, one in Orange County. But my band's playing at a bunch of different places. Our first gig of the summer is this Thursday at a bar and grill. It's a grill as well, so there's people of all ages are allowed. So if you want to check it out, I know it's later in the day on a Thursday, but we'll be performing original songs and some cover songs. Tomorrow. And I'll also be playing at the San Diego County Fair and Orange County Fair and Humble Heart this summer, possibly more places to come. On the back of the worksheet I handed out earlier, that's just a summary of if you want to keep track of it. But on the back is some of my socials. So like I said, shamelessly self-promote. Those are some places you can find me if you want to check out my videos or my music. And if you have any questions and want to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter or somewhere, feel free to. I tend to check my DMs fairly recently, and I like reaching out to people. In the past, another thing that I forgot to mention, don't be afraid to reach out to YouTubers. Maybe the bigger ones might be out of reach, but I remember when I first started my channel, I reached out to a few people with 100,000 asking for tips, and they replied and gave me some tips, and one of them even Zoom called me and gave me some helpful tips on video making. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to people because you never know what you'll find. You just got to look for it. But yeah.
What genre of music?
I like to dabble in a lot of different things. My main genre is probably pop, but I also love folk. I love rock. I have a jazz song. I have done some theater songs. I love a lot of different genres of music, and it's my goal to try to make a song of pretty much every genre at one point. So, yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
Good job.